So the last two features that I'm going to share with you are the Wimba Classroom and Elluminate Live. These are two very similar features. They do have some differences, and so I'd like to point out both of them and show you how they work. I believe that the Blackboard company is trying to make sure that the students use Elluminate Live more so than the Wimba Classroom. It's a new feature of Blackboard, one that I'm just becoming familiar with, so I will share both of these with you. The first thing you need to do is click on Communicate, and we'll look at Wimba first. So you're going to scroll down until you see Wimba Classroom. Click into the Wimba Classroom. This takes a little bit of time to load. Now, I've already used this once with the timeline study session, which actually I never actually used with my students, but I did create it. So we're going to create a room, and as always, you have to pick a title. So we'll put professional development. You could put a description, you don't have to. Maybe you want to just put the date that this is happening. Type, you can do presentation tools are available only to instructors, or presentation tools are available to both students and instructors. Since I'm the only one who's going to use the presentation tools in this, I'm going to click the first link there. And then we do have some settings here. Student privileges and video bandwidth, room features, chat features. Anytime you would like to see what the features are, you just click on the arrows. So for the chat features, enable students to use text chats. I like to disable the private chat among the students, so I will click that so you don't enable that. Student privileges and video bandwidth, enable students to use the phone. This is a good feature if their internet is not working properly. You can give them a number and they can call in and use that. Enable students to show their videos by default. So if they have a video camera set up or a laptop with a video, they can have that access there. Enable students to speak by default. Again, if they have a microphone, you can enable that. For the room features, enable user status indicators, enable students to use the e-board by default. We're not going to do that. Enable breakout rooms. I'm not actually going to do that either for this session. Access settings, maximum number of users. We're going to make it unlimited because I do have lots of students and I'm not sure exactly who is going to be using this. Enable guest account. I don't want any guests to join us. I just want my students to be able to be there. MP3 settings, and again you can see this, and they do have default settings already selected for you. You then just want to click submit, and you have your Wimba Classroom all ready to go. Okay. So now what we're going to do is just enter the classroom, and I'll go through some of the features there. So you just have to click the arrow to enter. It does take a little bit of time to enter the classroom, and normally you'll have to go through a setup process. Since I've already been in this chat room today making sure everything works, I already went through the setup feature, and so I will not have to do that on mine. However, some of you may have to do that. Okay, so most of it is loaded by now, and so I just want to point out a few things that you can do. First off, there is in the bottom left-hand corner, there is a chat feature. So if you want to type, you can hit enter, and everyone can see what you are typing. You'll also be able to see all of the different people who are in the room. If you ask a question like, how many people liked this session, they can click the check for yes or the X for no. That's a feature that is there. They can also raise their hand. This is something that I like because this would allow my students so that not everyone is talking at once, only the people that I call on can talk at a time. When they raise their hand, it will just number it in the order that they raise their hand so you can see who you can call on next. The next feature is status, so they can actually give you a smiley face if they are laughing. They can give you a thumbs up if they approve with something, thumbs down if they disapprove. They can even applause, so there's many different features that they have. Another nice one is the away feature. If they need to step away to use the restroom or grab something to eat, they can put the away feature so you know not to call on them at this time. So you can see this is a little more developed than the actual discussion board or chat room that we have shown, but it does take a little bit more time to explain to the students how this works.